Narrow, me no hablo, no dough, me no hablo, just a special nigga doing special things, spitting straight fuego, trying to be Pablo. Me no hablo, no comprende, trying to grab my head, they trying to be check that for my Salvi people, no evil, young Caesar, Leo straight.
Here we go. Coming down, here we go, baby. Tune in, baby. Yeah. Here we go. Live in 27 seconds, right? Here we go. We live or what? Yeah, all right. Here we go. We live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Czaleo Knows It All. Let me get this out the way. Yeah, your boy C's live on the radio, episode 7. We made it, everybody. La Suprema in the house, my boy Hank in the house. We always out there. SCA. Today's show brought to you by South Central America, the hardest rap album in all of LA right now, hands down, no doubt about it. Go check it out. Hank C's Doreño La Suprema, the hardest rap group in all of LA, no doubt about it. Welcome back, baby. Episode 7. We got a lot of dope stuff today, man. I'm excited. I'm pumped about today's show, man. It's gonna be we're gonna do a lot of stuff because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. How you feeling, Hank?
I'm feeling excellent, man. Marvelous, ready to go, man.
That's right, baby. Excellent and marvelous. That's freaking dope, dog. We got a dope agenda today. I'm gonna start letting you guys know about our agenda a little bit. We're gonna talk about our monologue. Gonna be about how atheism is for losers, right? Hopefully you can understand why, right? Hold on, what was that? Was that this?
Maybe.
Okay, we good. Okay, right? Atheism is for losers. We're going to talk about the movie of the week, which is going to be Point Break, which is a classic-ass movie. A lot of people ask me, how come you only do old school movies? Because they're way better than modern movies. Modern movies suck, right? We're going to talk about Elon. If I Ruled the World, we're going to bring back bullying. We're going to talk about all kind of dope stuff. The rabbit hole. Ooh, rabbit hole coming up, all right, man? So we're going to get right into it like we usually do. All right, your boy, today, my monologue for today is that atheism is for losers, okay? The only reason I'm coming hard like this, pause, right, is that everybody comes hard at religion, right? We live in a time right now where everybody thinks they're so smart, okay? And you know what? Actually, atheism, it's fine. You can be an atheist, no problem, right? But it's not the intellectual argument. Right. One thing I always talk about on the show is symbolism and framing and all that. And framing, it's always like that, right? The religious people are the dumb people, and everybody who's smart doesn't believe in nothing. Well, that's actually the opposite. It's incredibly easy to believe in nothing. Do you know how much faith you have to believe in nothing? It's not hard to believe that, right? If you believe in science, right? If you just look deeply into the universe, everything is too perfect, right? Everything is mathematically perfect, right? People always say that people who are religious are dumb. You believe in some magical God in the sky came and you believe the stories. Mother effer, you believe that nothing was nothing, and then out of nothing, It just exploded, and then everything magically hit the perfect rock and went to the perfect place, right?
Right.
And then every single animal, somehow the cell met, and then a fish met, and all this, and then it came out of the primordial. Like, that takes a lot of faith. You actually have way more faith than I do. You know why? Because you don't actually know. You actually have faith in the books and things that people have written. You make fun of people in the Bible because they're like, oh, there was a council that made your Council of Nicaea made your Bible and all that stuff. Fine. But your book and your Bible, your DSM-4s and your scientific Bibles, same thing, right? If anything, you can make an argument for Christianity, right? Because there has been reformation, right? Other religions, right, haven't been a reformation. That's why kind of they don't fit into today's world because they never reformed, right? They still have a lot of things, right? And then I'm not here to preach my religion, because what I believe is that any religion is good for you. Whatever way you find to God, go for it. Amen, right? Yeah. I know people that, whatever way it may be, because that's all really it is. It's a different way for you to accept this idea, right? I have no problem, right? I know my religion, I know that my way to God, right? But it doesn't have to be yours, but have something, right? In my life experience, people who are religious, right, who really follow, right, the real followers, they tend to have a good life, right? If you actually follow of any religion, may it be Muslim, may it be Christian, Jehovah's Witness, Hindu, if you follow the tenets of that religion, you have a good life, right? There's good stories, there's good value, right? It may not be literal, right? But here's the thing is that people who are atheists, they all think that all of us Christian people who are religious take all the stories as literal, right? We don't. right? There's lessons to be in. Some people do,
That's
right?
right.
There's always extremes in everything.
There's a
right?
lot of lessons in it.
Whenever people think of religion, people, they always think of like the snake charmers and like the people who are extreme, right? It's not like that, right? Even like the Jewish religion, right? Jewish religion, people say that it's really about a lot about just questioning, right? Like it's like a lot of people that's like almost atheists, right? They're always, it's just, but it gives you a way to think, right? So yeah, atheists usually tend to be people who are attention seekers, right? It's usually the person with the biggest daddy issues that come to ruin Thanksgiving, right? It's always that person, right? That wants, I don't believe in nothing. Yeah, right. If you're on a plane that's about to crash, you're gonna believe in something. You're gonna tell me you're gonna be on a plane, it's about to crash. You're gonna be like, well, we're all just dust. I'm gonna just die here. You're not. You're gonna pray. You're gonna be like, please God, get me out, right? When you're in tough situations, if you ever had a sickness or anything like that, even when you're drunk. When you're drunk and you're freaking feeling like terrible, you know that there's a God and you're asking him for help, man. So atheism, it's not an intellectual argument, right? It's actually a very easy argument. It's easy to believe in the nothingness of nothing and that good, there is no, it comes arbitrarily. It doesn't, right? Good and bad come from religious ideas. There's never been a society. There has never been societies that don't believe in anything. And the ones that do, you know what that is? Those are called communist societies. Those are the Nazis. Okay, Nazis, there was no God. Okay, Stalin, look into history. They kill God, right? That's what we're headed to in our now with what they're doing right now with all of our Marxism, right. Their social Marxism they're bringing in, right? They want to eventually take away God and take away the family, right? And what ends up happening is you just believe in people, right? In the state, right? There has never been, there are no societies where nobody believes in nothing, right? We have to have a higher belief in God, in something that we all will die for, right? Because people won't just die for the truth. People aren't going to be like, I believe in righteousness and truth. They won't die for that. They die for family and for God. Right. In order for there to be society, there needs to be some sort of religion, some sort of structure that tells us what good and bad is. How you feel about that, Hank?
I think I agree. I agree 100%. I think that they pulled God slowly. They've been pulling him out of the system, you know.
Right.
And actually, it started, I think, with the Pledge of Allegiance, if I recall, right?
Right. They took that out a little bit.
Or at least in certain states.
Right. And it's become that's right. Like they've infected it's become the educational. Like the smart people are telling us, well, we shouldn't be that, or you offend other people. No, you don't, man. You know, it's not to believe in God is to be human, right? It's and that's another thing, right? It's utterly ridiculous. We actually should study more religion. There should actually be, in high school, you should study world religions, because if you want to understand the world, you have to study the world's religions. Right. Every country got there. That was the first structure. That was the first societies. There is no story of the earth without religions. People here hate this and hate that. You were probably born in a church called Saint something, right? You don't know, do churches have their, like, there's a difference between church and God and religion, right? But, churches, they are the first social structure, right? There is no, everything that we have today is not here without it. And for people to just brush it away, it's just utterly foolish. It shows the hubris of our time, of all these people who think that they're smarter than you, but they're not, right? Telling us all how to be. But I think that's all coming to an end. There's a lot of things happening in this world right now where free speech is hopefully coming back, it looks like, right? And we're going to be able to talk about these things because freedom of religion is one of the tenets of freedom and tenets of this country. So to do away with it is utterly foolish. If you are religious, whatever religion it may be, say it proudly. If you go to university, that's right, exclaim it proudly, okay? That's right. That gives you your social structure. It's part of your tradition, of your culture. Do not be ashamed. Yeah, do not think people who are atheists who believe in the nothingness of nothing, right? They're just narcissists, okay? They're not smarter than you, okay? It's just a theory, okay? So once again, atheism is for losers in the opinion of your boy Caesar Leo. All right, bam. All right, we coming out firing. All right, everybody, log into the chats too, man. We want to talk to people on the YouTube, man. You can also check us out on the app, on the TGN app, right? There's a chat room right there. You can go in there, log in there, and say what you want. We also got a YouTube link. All right, check us out. All right, so we're gonna be moving on, right? We're actually a little bit ahead of time, which is awesome, right? Our next thing on the docket here is current events, right? Current events and meme of the day. All right, so we're gonna there's a lot going on here in the world of the news, right? First thing I'm gonna start off with is I'm actually gonna start off with the meme of the day today, okay? And the meme of the day today is, man. See that? It's for those of you listening on the radio, it's a picture of Elon Musk, and there's a Twitter like bird in a cage, and he's letting it go free, right? That's kind of the biggest news of the day. Elon Musk taking over Twitter, right? Supposedly letting it free. Supposedly free speech is back, right? I asked in the past, should I join Twitter? I've never been on Twitter. It's always seemed like a place for losers to me, right? But maybe I'll join now that this guy is there, right? But here's where I go, Doc. You know what? Because I always like, I'm someone that I don't believe in man. Like, I don't believe in some man is gonna come and save us all. Nobody's perfect, right? He's a billionaire, dog, and I always think there's other moves being made. That's right. Bro, there's some other stuff now he's saying dope things, right? He's saying dope things. I do it. We gotta have free speech, man. People gotta be able to say that. Hopefully, he brings back the number one guy on there, Trump, right? So just so we can all entertain us, right? And everybody else that's been kicked off, man. But what do you think, Hank?
I agree. Again, I'm not really up on so much on what he does, other than some news information that I catch. But yeah, I think that overall what I've kind of caught was that he's really fighting for the freedom of speech, and so I think that's great.
Okay,
more power to that.
Okay, so
he's trying to break the system.
He's doing that.
I agree with
like,
that.
Right? We agree with it, right? So and it's good, right? Because all these people, like I told you, the Twitter's full of all these people who think that they're smarter than you. All these people who are gonna say you can't say this. This is terrorism. This is misinformation. No, man, you're the misinformation, right? Hopefully now more information will be getting out, right? But I said hopefully again, right? Because everything to me comes with a little bit of grain of salt and a distrust, right? Because I don't know, right? I always feel that. But every man is just a man. Like, you shouldn't follow no man. If anything, there's a lot of you people. There's a lot of liberals who Elon was like their god, right? They were like, oh, like people, like I said, like people nowadays. People look for new religions, right? People like they replace God, but then the new cult of wokeness. Like wokeness is its own cult, right? And our own culture and our doctors, and they're like, oh, Fauci. And then these are like Elon was one of your gods, and what happened? They would say you shouldn't meet your heroes. Now Elon is pretty much shitting on all of you guys, and it's hilarious, right? Now you guys were like, he's so great. Now you're like, all the people who have Teslas are now all like, hey, maybe he's not so great. He's gonna let back terror. There you go, idiots. There you go for worshiping some man, right? So that's for super interesting, right? That's the news on my boy Elon, right? That's the meme of the day. Hopefully you enjoy that, right? Another thing I want to talk about today that's going kind of crazy, man, that has me feeling unfortunate about being even involved in hip hop and all this stuff, man. Has anybody heard all the stuff that's going on with Nipsey and Whack 100 and Big U and Hassan Campbell?
Wow.
It's some crazy stuff, man. If you don't know what's going on, long story short, man, they had this meeting of like all these supposedly people who are in hip hop, and this guy called Hassan Campbell, who's like an influencer. I like Hassan Campbell, man. He keeps it real. I like people who ain't scared, man, who tells it how it is, man, and he's a wild guy, dog. Long story short, they recorded some other dudes, Whack 100, all these people, they were doing Nipsey dirty. I don't even want to get into the details because there's some disgusting stuff, right? But you know what? But what I hate, dog, is it shows all this fakeness, all this Hollywood fakeness and all these fake people, man. It's whack to me. It's whack. All you fools involved are whack. All the betrayal, all this Hollywood nonsense, dog, is whack. And then you know what? Even all that gang stuff, dog. Grown-ass men being in gangs is stupid. Okay, right. Being in gangs. Now look what they do to you, man. They just play you dirty. All these people record each other. All you people are whack. All this old Hollywood, man. I hope Elon Musk could buy Hollywood in the music industry and remove all these
that would be
snake ass people that come out here and record people and have people doing foul stuff, man. I don't like it, dog.
That's right.
So wild, but
I agree with you 100%.
You think it's gonna be hot on the streets though, out here in LA?
I'm not sure, man. I just think that speaking on Nipsey's legacy, man, it's kind of, that's kind of not cool.
Not cool at all, man. You know what he stood for, man. Let the man,
rest in
peace, man.
He stood for a lot. He was trying to, that man was trying to really wake up the community and doing other things, man. So, man.
You know what? Hopefully, man, it's all gets cleared up, man. I don't think it's true, man. And hopefully, these snake ass people get discovered being the snakes that they are, man. Not cool, man. All right, moving on, man. I'm gonna talk about the Netflix. What's going on with Netflix stock crash and also Disney? Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy that's all happening. If you've been noticing, if you watch your money, right? DeSantis, he went after Disney, right? He rocked them. Woo! He took away their tax status, right? So their stock went down. If you can't get all them tax exemptions, homie, you're gonna have a problem, right? Props to him for standing up. Everybody was funny. People were like, we hate corporations, and he goes after a corporation, and people were like, you should leave them alone.
So now, what's going to happen with tax? Is a state going to carry the tax now?
I'm not sure, but I just know he's
falling it back on the citizens.
He just letting them know.
Fall back on the citizens?
No, I'm not sure. No, it'll fall back on them. They have a bunch of exemptions, so now they're not they're going to be paying more money. It should go money back to the citizens, right? Disney's like super corrupt. Anaheim, California, we should look into it too, right? They're getting too wild trying to push them agendas that nobody likes. All right. Also, Netflix went down, bro. That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
They're talking about checking people's passwords. I know I'm a password sharer. Shout out to my little bro Chris. The real MVP. Let me get his password. I got other stuff he shares. That's usually what people do, right?
I think so. That's community, right?
Isn't it funny how, dude? You know what's funny? I used to sell DirecTV and Dish, dog, and everybody was like, "Nah, I'm getting." Now, you know what's funny now? What would be great if you can get all these channels that you pay separate subscriptions for in one big package. Wouldn't that be great?
What a concept!
What a concept! What a concept! Right now, all you dumbass paying 20 for this, 20, 80, you're paying way more for everything and don't even get everything.
No,
right?
but it wasn't that better? Wasn't
it better when it all came in one big package?
No, I want to go against that.
Separate.
I want to get it individually.
Yeah,
I want to get it individually.
And to be unhappy, now you have to pay. You're paying even more, right? But it's also because their shows, I always feel like they kind of went heavy on shows when they introduce them, right? Maybe that whole model of having all the shows and come out at once, maybe it doesn't work. HBO and those other shows, they're still having success. Like Succession, they still make people wait, right? Maybe that model doesn't work, right? Maybe this whole they took out Blockbuster, but maybe now they're gonna get taken.
They did take out Blockbuster, man. Shouts out to them for doing that.
Yeah,
man. They found a.
But that's kind of whack, though. I
opportunity,
prefer
man.
But now they're kind of flailing, right? Now they're kind of falling, right?
Yeah.
They also went for a lot of woke messaging, right? That gets nowhere, right? So interesting stuff, man. What's going on with Netflix, right?
We have a couple of people in the comments, man.
Oh, what's up, Big Dog? What we got up there?
Ace Tuesday saying, "Let's go,
let's go." What's up, Big
Tuesday.
Dog? What's cracking? Ace Tuesday, the man, the myth, the legend. Not believing your failed Terry makes someone a loser. Yeah, pretty much, Doc. No, I believe in something, right? Not believe in nothing, right? Make your own fairy tale, but believe in something. Give yourself some kind of a structure, right? Without that structure, you're just making up stuff, and whatever you make up, you're actually getting from some other religion, right? So no, don't believe in my fairy tale, but there is some tale, and all these tales, they come from something. Sometimes people, they always say, your religion isn't right because if you notice, this religion had the same story, they had to me, that makes it more legit. That means that places all over the world had the same, there's something going on, right? There's some kind of ancient knowledge being passed down, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Grow up, dude. Okay, will do, Big Dog, all right? I bet you I'm more grown than you, though. All right, anyway, so that's the story of the right. So then Netflix was going bad, right? The other thing I want to talk about real quick is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, man. There's some funny stuff going on, right? Some toxic femininity.
I kind of missed that, man. I kind of missed that story.
Yeah, long story short, man, she was in a way, it kind of shows also these weak people, though, too, like all these effeminate men and these dominant, like Will Smith, too, man. But long story short, she was abusing him, man. She tried to accuse him of stuff, but he got her on tape. She's looking real bad, man. She was like really taking advantage of the guy. Like she was pooping on his bed and all kind of crazy stuff. So crazy stuff. But then I also like where people go about and they say that how they're covering this, but they didn't cover Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Crazy how they kind of distract you, right? This one got all kind of coverage, right? But Ghislaine Maxwell, not a dang word.
What's going on with that?
It's already over. It's already over. It's been over, man. In and out the news cycle, right? One other thing I wanted to bring up. What's up? Oh, we got.
No, well, just going on. You also had K Slay.
Oh yeah. So last thing, right, of the news, man. I wanted to give props, man, and R.I.P. to DJ K Slay, man, a hip hop icon, a hip hop veteran, man. I listened to his mixtapes back in the day, man. He had that New York sound, bro. I listened to him in the era of like Papoose, True Life, and all that back in the day, man. Just that New York sound, man. A legend. R.I.P. to the great man. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, he's big part of hip hop, New York hip hop. I mean, started with with the Graph. Started, he was a big man. So rest in peace to him.
All right, man. Rest in peace to the man. All right, man. So that is our current events and meme of the day. All right, we're gonna move on to our brought to you by Cesar Leo Burgundy. All right, De La Conchita Alonso. All right. Moving on, we're going to move on to our final segment before the commercial break, and that's one of everybody's favorites, and that's If I Ruled the World, all right? If I ruled the world, right, something that I would change, something that I would bring about, and this is something that I think is important these days, right, because it's just a reality of this world, and what I would bring back, let me take this out, my bad, all right, so what I would bring back, if I could, what I would change is I would bring back bullying, okay? Bring back bullying. Okay, we need it. Okay, there is a place for it. Just like everything, there's a time and a place for everything in this world. We need to bring back bullying because without bullying, there is no hero's journey. Okay, there is no journey to heroism. I'm actually gonna go see my boy Jordan Peterson tomorrow. JBP, the GOAT's gonna be here in LA. I'm gonna go check him out, but that's something he talks about, right? Life is about challenge, right? Do not rob. These days, I worked in a high school a couple of years ago, right? And it was an inner city, man, but there was not a fight for 2 years, right? That's terrible. You know,
Wow.
kids need to amongst themselves, police themselves, right?
Right. I agree.
There is no success without difficulty, right? You're robbing people of their hero's journey if you are never. So what? People call you names. So what? People hit you, hit them back. Okay, call them names back. Overcome it. People say you got messed up haircut. Get a better haircut. People say you're fat. Go run. Get buff. Overcome. Get girls. Okay, that's every story in life. We live in an era where people read comic books, right? So I'm in the era when comic books was nerdy, right? Supposedly people watch comic book movies. Don't you get it? That's the hero's journey. You go from loser to winner. You overcome. You Spider-Man. You overcome difficulty. Okay, we need to bring back at least some form of bullying, right? Even this whole attack on like football, right? I hated what they did to it, right? Because it's all this weakening of our society, right? Everything is like, well, we have even like the whole Twitter thing, Twitter and Elon, right? I saw this comment about people who worked at Twitter, and they were like, the main guy who worked there, he was like, his comment, well, I'm feeling, scared. I'm feeling scared and sad about it. Like, you're scared and sad because Elon Musk bought your company, dog. Right. You're a grown man saying those words. I'm scared and sad. Man, you're a man, okay? Get over it. So what if he comes and he takes you on, you get another job? Get over it. Okay. Over it. We need to have a stronger society, right? To a limit, right? We've had this total elimination, right? And it's more like an attack on masculine qualities in the school system, right? In the school system, you get rewarded for acting. Anything that's aggressive and acts like a male is negative, right? And anything that acts, like a girl, it's positive, right? And that's not good for everybody. There needs to be a balance. Feminine qualities are great, right? But so are masculine. Okay. Bring back bullying, bring back competition. Okay. It's okay. It's okay for people to be rude to each other sometimes in the work environment.
Might be needed a little bit.
Might be needed a little
just to
bit,
grow
right?
a little bit, right?
And you know what? A lot of what I say, big dog, is like even like right now, man, I feel like there's a push, right? Like I feel like right now more and more people, now that Orange Man is gone, right? There's a lot of people, like I feel like people who are like on the Overton window, right? There's more people who were on the left coming to the center than there are on the right coming to the left, right? More and more people are starting to see like common sense, right? Dang, where was I going with that? I kind of lost my train of thought. But the whole, like right now, all these things, all these extremes that we went to, all this extreme of just softness, right? It's actually becoming a little bit, it's revealing itself, right? So maybe the whole thing happened like it's supposed to, right? Because now people are like, wait a minute, this is wrong. Like we've gone too much that way, right? We need to bring it back a little bit.
Come back to the center.
Maybe we have, I remember when people, it's okay, there should be security, but it's okay for there to be some friction sometimes, right? For people at the work environment to not always, have your safe space, or I need to take a break, right? You should be told when you're wrong, right? It's not going to be the end of the world, in my opinion.
But the reality is work, right? You're there to work. You're not there to hang out, and you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot.
Right. So yeah, just the overall idea, or just like we can't critique anybody, right? Like we can't, bullying is also not just like physically, right? It's also like we can't critique anybody, any race. We can't critique any cultural norm, Everything is bullying, and it just kind of disgusts me.
It's needed. I think also in the animal, in the animal kingdom, not a comparison, but there's a hierarchy, right? Where the cubs, you see the tigers, the little cubs, they're out. Right. It's almost that they have to kind of go. That brings up their skill in hunting, right? So it's kind of needed, right? They got iron sharpens iron in a sense, right? Sometimes, the bullying. I don't necessarily agree with the bullying, but I do feel that it's needed. I do feel that
it's just like that's what I was saying, right? So sometimes some of the ideas I put out there, bro, is because the ideas have gone so much to the over there that I gotta bring some people
extreme.
Back,
it needs to be an extreme idea to kind of bring them back.
We gotta bring because some of the things I say nobody ever says. The only reason I'm telling you this is because I don't think you've ever heard somebody, especially somebody like me, say them. Right. And it might hurt you, right? But at least it'll bring you back. You might not come all the way with me, but you're gonna come to the middle. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Like, during the last, I was trying to, but more and more people are coming, right? So, sometimes you have to shock them, but you got to bring them back, right? Because the culture war has been totally taken over by one side, right?
Right.
So everybody thinks these things are correct, right? So in order to bring everybody back to common sense, I'm trying to find a medium, right? A medium in between shocking you, bringing here, and then talking to you, like a person, right? I feel like we got some more comments. Do we get another comment? Let's see. What we got there? All right.
Jordan Peterson is the GOAT.
Jordan Peterson is the GOAT, man. He is the GOAT, man. He is. Jordan Peterson is going to be exciting, man. I'm excited to go see that guy, man. He's going to be something else, man. He's if you get a chance, man, check him out. He's always kind of labeled as a right-wing person, right? But he's not, right? Even that, right? Like nowadays, just having common sense is considered right-wing, right? That shows you how much things have changed, right? How much we need, because just being like a nice person who believes in religion and cleaning your room, right, and having responsibility is considered like right-wing dogma, right? So those are things that are pretty dangerous this day, man. So I'm happy to go check them out. I got right here somebody. We spent a lot of this money for I could broadcast to 4 people. Yeah, that's right, big dog. We did, man. Hope you're enjoying the show, big dog. I love it, man. That's freaking dope, man. That's right. We're getting some action. Let's go. Let's get these conversations started, man. Let's get people angry. Let's get you alive. Let's get you opinionated. See what you got to think, man. If you think you know something more than me, let me know, big dog. Okay, because I stand firm on my ground, big dog. You know, I do know what I'm talking about, and I'm extra confident about it. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Once again, you know, download the app, TG Latinx, man. We got a lot of stuff going on here. We got Primos Cheetos, we got Brown Wealth Radio, man. We got a lot of good shows for the people, man. We got Keith and his Urban News Network, man. We got a lot of dope stuff there, man. Check them out. It's just really blowing up, man.
This whole family's blowing up, man.
Yeah, man. I'm actually really proud to be a part of this whole TGN Latinx thing, and TGN, even though I don't like Latinx the word, right? But TGN Sports, TGN everybody, man. It's real dope, man. So all right, check us in. We're in the last minute before our commercial break. Keep commenting, right? Keep commenting. Keep letting us know what you think. Coming up, I'm going to be talking about the movie of the week, which is Point Break, which is a great movie, right? Starring Keanu Reeves and one of the best actors of all time, Patrick Swayze. All right. So how much time we got? 30 seconds. All right, man. So check us out, man. Log in. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out Ace. Shout out Charlie. Everybody out there watching. Forget Whack 100 and them fools. Not cool, man. Not cool what they're doing in Nipsey's legacy, dog. I don't appreciate that at all, man. La Suprema, check us out. SCA, the mix tape on YouTube. SCA, the street tape. South Central America. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Central America. Let's go, baby.
I can't.
Only on TGN Latinx.
In today's world, everything is about customization. That's why I'm here to tell y'all about Wolf Customs. We can get any and everything customized. I'm talking about t-shirts, sweaters, even cell phone cases. If you have a business or a company or a brand, you probably got a website. You need something custom that's fit to tailor your business to separate you from the competition. Wolf Customs takes large orders and one-of-one orders. So if you got that special event, best you holler at Wolf Customs. You can get custom mouse pads, custom AirPod cases. I mean, it never ends. Tap in with Wolf Customs. Find them on Instagram at _Wolf Customs_ and get your personal touch today.
Fee-fi.
Fo-fum.
You already know what that means. We're live from the den. Devontae Green, proud founder and CEO of the Giants Den, also co-host Live from the Den.
Yes, indeed. Danny Crumble, co-founder of the Giants Den, also co-host from Live from the Den. Excited to engage in these conversations.
Yes, leadership, self-improvement, real conversations that Black men have or need to be having. Tune in Monday nights, 7:30. TGN Talk.
And it's only one way to end this powerfully. 1, 2, 3.
Salute.
Ladies and gentlemen, hip-hop. Affiliate Entertainment proudly presents hip-hop, the first of its kind. Battle rap card game based on the 4 elements of hip-hop. Are you ready? You can go to hiphop101game.com. Hip-hop 101 game.
Yo, what up? It's your guy E Lamb, the Wild Child of TGN. Make sure you tune in to Courtside Radio every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the TGN at Courtside Radio. Any questions?
Crushed Oreos and my favorite marshmallow. And you can top.
Yo, we back. Welcome back, everybody. All right, man. Welcome back to the show. Back to Czaleo Knows It All. Turn my mic up a little bit. Yo. All right, here we go. We're back, guys. All right, we're going to get right into our next segment, which is the great movie of the week.
Great fucking movie.
That's right. It's a great fucking movie, all right? Today's great fucking movie of the week is a classic, man. A 90s LA classic called Point Break. Point Break is a great movie, dog. It's a LA classic, man. It stars Keanu Reeves as Agent Johnny Utah and Patrick Swayze as the leader of the Dead Presidents, who are a bunch of bank robbers. Let me play you a couple of clips here.
Coming next year.
Here we go.
50-year storm.
Play it.
That's kind of a legend.
No, it's real. It's absolutely real.
50-year storm, baby.
Everything moves in cycles. So twice a century, the ocean lets us know just how small we really are. A winter storm comes out of Antarctica, tearing up the Pacific.
That's right.
And it sends a huge swell north 2,000 miles. And when it hits Bell's Beach, it'll turn into the biggest surf this planet has ever seen.
All right, man. That was Patrick Swayze, man. You know what? First, I want to talk about him, man. Patrick Swayze was an actor's actor, man. You know, that scene right there, man. He's just so charismatic. You know,
right.
What I like about Point Break, man, is that it shows all these these white boys that I feel like where'd they go? Like they don't exist anymore, right? Like in the 90s, there were like these tough white boys, right? There was like these like surfer culture, like Venice tough white people that I no longer see anymore. Can anybody tell me where
that
they
rebel
went?
white boy?
Right? The rebellious, but they were still cool. Like they were cool without being.
I grew up with a couple of them.
Yeah, like now I feel like I don't know. They all moved to like Palmdale and became meth heads or what, dog. But it's not like that coolness and like them Guns N' Roses white boys, dog. Like where'd they go?
Boys.
You know what I'm saying? And even though it's like it's an LA
kids.
movie, yeah, them Thrasher kids,
Thrasher kids, where they at?
Yeah, it's similar to like the Michael Mann films. Like whoever the guy who read this, he really knows how to capture. It's an LA film. It's an LA movie, right? You have to be a California person to really like kind of get it, right? Let me show you another. Great.
Buddy, this is your fucking wake-up call, man. I am an FBI agent.
I am an FBI agent. That's one of Keanu's first roles. Another great.
It's time for lunch. Angelo, it's 10:30.
Right around that corner, there is a sandwich shop. They sell meatball sandwiches. Best I've ever tasted. Would you go get me two? Come on, partner. Two. Thank you. Utah, give me two.
Give me two. I love it, dog. Gary Busey is also another great actor, man. It's a great movie because it's also like a cop movie. It's kind of like a buddy cop movie, right?
Yeah.
It falls into that genre, right? He goes undercover, right? They're robbing all the banks, but he figured out because one of them moons him and he had like a sunturn on his butt, so they figured out they're surfers. It sounds weird, right? But then it also has the best ending ever, right? Remember because that clip we played earlier about Brody talking about he was like the leader. He was almost like a cult leader, right? He was talking about how they're gonna all go surf it, right? And at the end, you know, Johnny, he falls into the whole world of surfers. He lets him go, and at the end, they have like that final showdown between the two of them, right?
It's crazy.
It's crazy, dog.
It does get crazy. Yeah, that's an LA movie. That's an LA classic,
dog,
man.
Yeah, then he lets him go like that wave he was talking about, that ultimate beach. It comes, and then he's like, "You're gonna let me ride my last ride?" And Johnny, you know, he always gets his man right. Let me play this one little last
Punk. Johnny Unitas or something. Has that worthless quarterback punk partner of mine shown up yet?
It's Johnny Utah, the Ohio State Buckeyes all conference, remember? Number 9, man. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Johnny Utah, get this guy.
Special Agent John.
Where he would at the end of each other, he still talks him like Pat. His character that he's so charismatic, he talks him out of it and he lets him go. And it's crazy. Now he goes off to the ocean and you know he dies, right? Oh man, what a great movie, dog. Point Break is just something else, man. You know, It's great. It has an epic ending, has epic answers, and it's all it's lasted to the test of time, right?
It does, man. It's a
people
great
still
movie,
watch
man.
it, right? Does anybody out there watch a Point Break? Anybody a big fan of that movie? There's even like a live show out here in LA. There's a live show every year. It's called like Point Break Live.
That's
People
right.
act out the whole movie live. It's like I think it's in Venice.
I think part of that movie was filmed in Hermosa.
Yeah, it's all like in this
It's
area,
all local,
man. Santa
right?
Monica, Culver City too.
Culver City, yeah.
Culver City, man, right? So
That's out of Culver City.
yeah, man. So it's a cool movie, man. Let me see here. All right, man. Okay, so moving on. Okay, we're gonna go to our next big segment that people are really into. The rabbit hole of the week. Are you ready to go down the rabbit hole with me into mystery and conspiracy? I hope so, man. So we have a really interesting one, right? What have we touched on, Hank? We've touched on symbolism, right?
Symbolism, colors.
Color scheme, right? Symbolism. We talked about what was it last week that we did? Symbolism and
I don't think we've gotten that juicy yet, though. I think we've gotten into initiations.
We got to talk about the moon landing, right? We're trying to take baby steps, right?
Yeah, baby steps.
We want you guys to take baby steps into the world of just kind of questioning everything that's around you, right? If you can handle it, all right? So the rabbit hole of the week this week that I want to get into is MK Ultra. Have you ever heard about that, Hank?
No.
MK Ultra. Do you know what that is?
What is
let me
MK
put
Ultra?
this in. MK Ultra.
What is that?
MK Ultra, it's proven to be real. It's an actual thing that happened in the 60s, right? MK Ultra was an intelligence program, right? I think it started by the British, but then the CIA copied it, right?
Right.
MK Ultra was a program where they were like in the 60s. It was a wild time, right? When they killed JFK and all that, they were trying to find out a lot about mind control.
Was that
right?
part of it? JFK,
like how well, even the fool killed him, right? Like or his brother, right? Sirhan, right? Like you ever seen the movie The Manchurian Candidate?
Right.
The idea about that they were able to control somebody's mind, right? Even before that, right? Because remember, the 60s is right after World War II and the Nazis, right? Like Hitler and all that. Hitler, he was all over the world, right? Because they were really big into the occult.
Right.
They really believed into the occult, right?
That's right.
And mind control and those kind of things, right?
You know,
that goes, and the signals that go into it, right? These are all old. Even now, people have those ideas about 5G towers, and I'm not going to tell you I believe in all that, but they're all similarly connected, right? So MK Ultra, it's been, and then there's actually were famous people that were a part of it through time, like the Unabomber.
Yeah.
He was part of those experiences, right? When he was in college, right? They would give people LSD. Whitey Bulger, the mafioso guy from Boston.
Yeah.
He was part of it, right? He was part of it. Charles Manson. Right. He was part of it. Like when they arrested him, there was all the experiences going on. They would get like college students and they were giving people LSD, even like at places like UCLA and all that.
Yeah, it was big.
Yeah, and then
Berkeley.
Berkeley.
Right.
And then similar to like they were also doing like honeypots. You know what honeypots are?
I'm not in the honeypots.
Honeypots are like the Epstein thing, right? Like where they would get people in rooms, or like the fucking Whack 100 thing, right? See, all these people play the same fucking games.
It's the same.
They get people in the video. They get you on video, and then they get you to start doing stuff, right? So they would do these stuff in the MK Ultra. They would have honeypots where like at brothel houses, right? Like in San Francisco and all those areas, they would get people to give LSD and then get people to start talking, and they can see if they can start controlling people, right? So then when you have a chance, go down that rabbit hole. There's a lot of information on it, right? Tinfoil Hat Podcast is a great place, right? But that's one of many, right? Just Google in MK Ultra and you'll see a lot, right? It's something to like I said, it'll get you down that rabbit hole pretty nicely, right? Because even I think Jack Ruby, right? Or like I said, Sirhan, the man who killed RFK, they say that after he shot him, he woke up and he was like, he still to this day will say, I don't know what happened,
I mean, we could even go into celebrities, right? Britney Spears, right? They see Kanye, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, man.
It goes
like
deep.
The guy who killed John Lennon,
John Lennon,
all in the same area,
right.
Same era too, right? And then he woke up and they were like, I don't know why I'm here,
Especially JFK.
Yeah, or the guy who shot Reagan, right? That guy who shot Reagan, the night before he was having lunch with having dinner with the George Bush and their family.
Wow.
Like all these people are connected, right? Like it's some interesting
giant
stuff.
plot.
Yeah, it's a lot of plots out there, right? It's a lot of stuff to investigate if you have some time, right? MK Ultra, it's a mind control. It's something that actually happened, right? There's famous people who were a part of it. And there's a lot of people who say that, they say that nothing happened, but I think that they did have a lot of success. So, when you have some time, if you have some time, go down that rabbit hole.
What would be the purpose,
right?
Why would you?
Well, let's talk. I mean, a lot. If you can get somebody to do, like I've always said, the greatest superpower would be to be able to influence anyone to do anything. You can get people to give you their bank accounts, or you get people to do murders for you, right? You get people to shoot somebody for you, right? You get people to infiltrate, to give you secrets, right? Like in the 60s, remember that show that was
remember the
KGB and the Russians and all that? Yeah, the
big.
Americans. Like this was really happening a lot in that time, right? And like I said, we kind of feel like all that happened and it didn't work. I think that there were, like anything, there were some successes and some failures, right? But there was some information, to be gone in those times.
Being in the service, so I've kind of dived deep. Kind of not that deep, but I've kind of looked underneath the curtain a little bit, just kind of see what's under there. And yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot to wrap your mind around.
It's a crazy world out there, right? Especially like in the military too. Like a lot of people too are like military because your body is up to theirs, right? They can inject you with whatever they want.
Right.
They can tell you to do whatever they want, right?
You belong to Uncle Sam.
You belong.
You
to
sign
Uncle
on
Sam,
that,
right? Yeah. There's a lot of people that we all do that. That we should be like that with everybody, right? The powers that be play those games with whoever they can, right? So MK Ultra is one heck of a rabbit hole to go down to. It'll entertain you, right? And it'll make you think about a lot of stuff, man. All right, man. That's the rabbit hole of the week, man. All right, we're gonna move on to our. All right, man. I love those rabbit holes, dog. I love them, dog. There's so many. When I was trying to make my list of what to talk about, I can't even decide, man. If people have suggestions, man, send them out to me, please, man. I wanna go down some too. You know what? Chris Pacheco sent me some dope ones too about 9/11. We'll do one on those, right? Those 9/11 ones are a lot of people like kind of. I think that was one of the big points with me, right? Where I started questioning stuff,
that's
right?
the shift.
A lot of night. Remember when Immortal Technique came out with that song with like it was you, right? Like made a lot of people start thinking. Anybody remember this movie that came out in the early internet days called Zeitgeist?
I do.
Zeitgeist was big, right? Not everybody. So it was like
I think you turned me on to that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist is like a German word for like the fakeness that we see every day. Like
as a matter of fact, I had freshly got out of the service, man, and I think you turned me on. I was like, whoa, this is too much.
All that stuff
connected all the dots.
All that stuff was like during the days of like the financial crisis days, right?
Right.
And like I feel like that's where we are now. All those things like led to like the financial. And remember the Occupy Wall Street.
That's right.
I feel like that was all like we're supposed to go and take out the corporate. I feel like Occupy Wall Street. It all got like infiltrated. From there, it got infiltrated to this new woke religion that we have, right? They infiltrated those people, and then it sucks because then, like, the president at the time, which is everybody's favorite, he gave in to the corporations. They gave him everything, so Wall Street won, right? And then that movement got like instead of being like rebellious, it got infiltrated and became the woke movement, which became teammates with the corporations,
right?
It's like they always figure out how to beat you. You know what I'm saying? They always figure out how to infiltrate.
The little guy always loses.
Yeah, man. It's the little guy always loses, dog. So interesting stuff, big dog. All right. Moving on, man. We're gonna go to our next segment.
I think I'm being hard on you right now, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you how to be responsible. It's like your little friends across the street, they don't have anybody to show them how to do that. They don't.
That's right.
You're gonna see how they end up too.
Things. Our man Furious Styles. Great man on television, like the movie, right? Great father figure in the movie, Boys in the Hood. Things that your dad should have taught you for the week. Okay, we try to every week give people, game on stuff that you should know, right? Things that just trying to be. I'm really not sure what this show is between conspiracy and man issues, right? Hispanic man issues and news, right? And comedy and a little bit of everything, right?
A little bit of everything.
But a little bit of everything, man. If we can't put you guys up on some game right there, we will, right? From the things that we've learned in our lives, right? This is an important concept these days, right? Where there's so much information, man, and there's so much people who are nosy, man. For young men out there, the less you know, the better.
Sometimes less is more.
A nosy MFer, okay? Know things that you're supposed to know. Know your job, right? Know what's going on in the world. Be informed. Know finances. Know those things, right? But no, you don't have to know everything about your neighbor. You don't have to know everything about your lady's friend. Right? You don't have to know about, where's he going? Why is he over there? Right? The less you know, the better. There's so much stuff that happens in the world. I'm so caught up with my life that sometimes when people bother me talking about other people, it's useless. It's useless information. Sometimes you have to think to yourself, you have to use a filter. Right? Do I really need to know this? And not just with people, even like you start going to these rabbit holes of just being nosy. Oh, this person with that person. Oh, do you really need to know?
Takes you off your square.
Do you really need to know that? Does that really helpful to anything? Even the thing I brought up today, where like honestly, don't even go down rabbit hole with the white. It's just a waste of time. All these people are a waste of time. They just get take your energy. Do I need to know this information? No, I don't, but it's just like they're always grabbing your attention, right?
That's right.
The less you know about, and then also like it's just about not being nosy, right? Because it goes to the second point, which they're all put together, which is right, an important one that came in the movie Goodfellas. It's true. Always keep your mouth shut and never rat on your friends. Okay, I know it's a movie stuff now, but it's true. Okay, keep your mouth shut. Don't talk all the time. Okay, don't let everybody know everything that's on your mind, all the moves you're gonna do before you do them.
That's biblical,
right?
Yeah.
Don't tell people because they're gonna poop on it.
That's right.
Right? Whatever you saw, you saw. Okay, it's your business. Okay.
Sometimes things you have, it's just meant for you to know.
Right.
And at due time, it will come out for everyone to know. But
yeah,
I think being a chatterbox.
I feel that that's a female trait.
It is.
Like I noticed when I noticed that like the women in my family, man, I feel like this is my opinion. I feel like their currency is information. That is their currency. Women, they go from one, they meet, they get each information from each other. They go somewhere else, they get this information like, I have this new piece of news. That's their currency. This is what I know amongst these people, and I got this little bit of information, and the information travels. If they looked at us from the top, like if we were bees, that's what we like to, right? That's how the information travels and stuff, right?
Las comadres.
Yeah, dog, So let them do it, okay? Don't clutter yourself with other people's BS, right? Just know the things that you have to know. Anything that is clutter, start making a list of, do I really need to know this information, right? Is this really beneficial for my life, right? Because we're all human beings, or at work, right? We all like to, did you hear about them? Look at them. And it feels good. And actually, it's like when you scratch a
take
scab.
shots at
You're not supposed to scratch your scab, but you know what? It feels good, right? When you sit around and you talk about somebody, well, I don't like the way it feels good. You're like, but you shouldn't. Right. It's not a good, you shouldn't feed that feeling, right?
No, you should not.
You shouldn't. So all that being nosy and gossiping and all that stuff, stop it.
I circle that back to, again, that lost generation raised by women.
Yeah,
they
man.
Didn't have that father figure.
That's a lot, man. I try to tell you, my kids are curious. I always try to tell them, bro, don't be nosy. They're always trying to know everything. Also with kids, if you have kids, man, keep them innocent. Don't tell them all your business. If you have a kid early, if your kids you're not friends. Your daughter, your son, they're not your friend. Don't have them involved all in your life. Don't tell them all of your business because they're 7 years old. You're just ruining them. You're making them grow up too fast. Okay. Innocence is good. Knowing less is good sometimes. Okay,
it is good. I think we grew up too fast.
Yeah, man. Too much information for kids. They don't have to know everything. They do not have to know everything. Okay, that's things that your dad should have taught you, in my opinion. Okay.
I'm being hard on you right now, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you how to be responsible.
That's right. Never rat on your friends. But also, man, if you get into something with your homies, man, keep your mouth shut, dog. Your friends are your friends. Don't the authorities don't need to know if you guys got into it together. All right, keep it real, because then you can't come back to the hood and you don't want to be that person, because there are people out there like that. All right, don't be that poison. Keep your mouth shut. All right. Let me see here. Okay, we're gonna move on, big dog. How we looking on time? We got a good 10 minutes left. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for all the love we get throughout the week, man. Everybody's excited about the show. Me too. We're keeping it going, man. TGN Latinx.
Thanks for all the comments.
Yeah, man. Thanks for all the comments. Everybody hitting us up, man. It's really
great support.
Yeah, man. I'm making a lot of friends out there, man. Keep letting me know that what you think of the show, man. I really enjoy it, man. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the overall. The lowering of all standards in the country continues, and I'm gonna give kind of an unpopular opinion, and this is college football and NIL, which is the name, image, likeness, right? I've had a couple of arguments with people. Most people are not going to agree with me on this one. It's true, man. But I'm going to express it because how I feel, man. It's just the overall cheapening continues, right? College football, it was unique. It was the last, semi-amateur sport. It was about tradition. It's about you loving your school, right? Now, what's happened? If you follow it, it's disgusting. I don't even like following it. Everybody's transferring. There's no loyalty. The new quarterback goes here. Every 2 years, somebody's going to be somewhere else. Everybody's getting all these deals. It's wild west. Was there an argument for maybe there wasn't. I could see that there was an argument. Yeah. So should players get more? Sure. I don't think so. It's not your platform. Right, you weren't here 100 years ago when they invented college football. You're just a small part. No matter how many yards you come in for your 2 years that you play, and who cares? Next year they're gonna break it again. You're not that special. Wow. Now, if you are that special, maybe your shirt does sell a lot. Maybe there's the agreement where after you graduate you got some money. fine, right? But what we have now, this wild west of everybody making deals. It's no longer amateur; it's professional. Hopefully, the USFL comes up and they do that. That's what it should be, right? But the NIL was it's disgusting. It's the end of it.
They're corrupting the.
Corrupting
they're corrupting the youth.
Yeah,
because now you're going in. Yeah. You're pulling them. Putting bread on their,
Yeah, and then now
they're
becoming
dependent,
and they're 18,
and they're dependent on this, right?
Dog. And then everybody can say you got to get your money. The college, yes, so what though? That they built that university. Do you even know the history of college football? Do you know how it was almost illegal? How that game almost got banned? Right? Like there's so much that has come before you. It goes to our generation of people who don't appreciate anything. Everybody today thinks that the world is just game. They all were born and everything is here. All the water that turns on, all the lights that work. When you drive to Vegas, there's all these poles out there in the middle of nowhere. Some man put it up there, but you're like, it was out there and it was the patriarchy who did that. That's all stupid and it's not fair. It's not fair. I'm not getting no, dog. You go and you play. And then another big lie is all college football players are some kind of victims. Have you been to a college campus? College football players are not victims of anybody. They live a dope life, okay? They get access to the workout room. They get the best food. All the girls, they don't gotta go to class, bro. I'll take that deal. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Give it to somebody who wants it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want it, and then also if you can't understand, like I said, there's an argument, right? But now we've been all the way, and now it's like totally the other way, right? If you cannot go to a University of Alabama, University of Miami, USC, you cannot make those connections, go to Penn State and play good right there. And you cannot make a job out of them, make $100,000 a year. You're a loser. You're going to lose any money you make right now anyway. No matter how much millions you make, you're eventually going to lose it anyway. Get that education. It does mean something. It is worth something. There's people out there who play because the reason I love college football because it wasn't pro. It was about when I first started watching it was like, oh, I like them Southern fools because they were like my granddaddy played here and his granddaddy, and I play for the love of it, for the regionalness of it. Now it's cheap, like everybody. We all just sell out for the paper. Everybody, we gotta get your money, but it's cheapening. It's the cheapening of America, right? It's the cheapening of everything. Everything is just paid with all this free money that comes out of nowhere, and it makes everything invalid. It's the lowering of standards. You call it inclusion, and I call it lowering of standards. And that's one of them. NIL, I think it's terrible, man. I love the game. I love what it used to stand for. But now every year, I don't even know who to root for. This guy, Caleb Williams, he was a star of Oklahoma last year. Now he's at USC. I like USC. I like that. But it's like, it's so whack. Now it's somos corrientes. Now we're like everybody else. College football was special. Every game meant something. Now it's a playoff. Now it's going to be a 16-team playoff. It's stupid. It's no longer special. It's a lower level of football, and it's whack. So that's my opinion on the NIL. Man, not cool, bro. Not too happy about that, man. You know what? Let me give you a quick before we still have a lot of time. So let me give you the example of right now is the guy from Oregon. The guy from Oregon, he was supposed to be the number one pick. Now he's gone down because he's like a real smart guy. Like he's like this football player. He's like, I don't believe I want to do more with my life, which is great, right? But I hate these guys. Like that's what happened like with the NBA. Like NFL players used to be likable, right? Because they were like, this guy, he's like too smart for the game. So that's why the coaches are like, people are like, they don't understand it because then now the NFL coaches are like, he's just not dedicated. He might be faster than everybody, but I need somebody because the NFL is hard. It's a man's game, homie. It's a man's game. Okay? It ain't about, I need to go think about the philosophy of why I'm hitting this man. It ain't time for that, dog. Right? So then he's going down, right? But more and more players are like that. That's why NBA players become unlikable, right? NBA happened before. There's no more like those scrappy guys. Like NFL was likable because sometimes somebody just work hard and hit everybody and win up, right? Like hockey guys, they're likable. NBA guys are unlikable because they're so elite. To be in the NBA, you have to be the best of the best of the best, which means you've been the best of the best since you were 14. So 14, you've been on AAU teams. You get to get out of school early. You're like this little play. They're all homies. They all know each other when they get to the NBA. They've already been on Slam magazine, and you know what? People don't like that. When people want to see like their comeuppance, or people want to see like a little bit of struggle, right? And that's why people still like the NFL. The NFL was smart because the NFL will promote teams, right? The NBA will promote individuals, right? But now those individuals have become highly unlikable, right? Because they're just pretty boys who have everything, right? There's like no struggle, right? When you're 6'7" and better than everybody, it's not like that interesting to see. And that's what's becoming with like NFL players in this new generation, right? And this NIL is going to make more and more of those people. There's going to be people who be like, I'll just stay here because I'll make more money. It's like about the money. Who cares?
That's what I'm saying, baby. It's going to be the money. And then you just,
it's just cheap, man. So that's whack. All right. So let me go on down. Now we're actually on the way out. Okay, we headed out. We packing up the hotel. We leaving. Who do we got? You got anybody you want to shout out to?
I do. Let me see.
Hank do have some special people he
I got
wants
some
to shout
special
out to.
people, man. Let's see what I got, man. If anybody looking out there,
you know what I want to show too? I got these people didn't ask me to, but the wood class shirts.
they got
if you're from
fire,
Inglewood, man, they got dope gear, man. I know that they move their locations. I follow them online. Shout out to you. I love what you guys are doing out there. I'm sure I have a couple of degrees of separation. I'm sure we know each other through other people that we know each other because our Inglewood is a small town, right? But love to you. Keep it up, man. I like the whole wood class gear and all that stuff. If you can't, check them out, man. Hassan Campbell, shout out to him and what he's doing out there. I like that fool because he's wild, man. I like wild people that got strong opinions, dog.
Yeah, man. I'm shouting out the Dynamite Team. The Dynamite Team _ 1985. This is a collective of graffiti artists, muralists, tattoo artists. They design apparel. They design merchandise.
Tight, man. Shout out to TNT crew also,
the
man.
TNT crew. These are all LA natives. LA natives. And they're doing big things, man. So anybody interested in commissioning, again, graffiti artists, muralists, tattooists. That's right. Apparel design, merchandise.
All right, dope.
They do a little bit of everything.
That's dope.
Check them out.
That's dope, man. So check them out, guys. All right. Also, like I said, Baba Design, check them out. We got that out there. Baba Design, check them out. Baba.design. They got their stuff going on there. Like I said, my boy Ace and his t-shirt. Damn, I forgot the name of it again. Man, I'm gonna
shout out to Ace Tuesday. You know what I'm talking about. Checking in Ace Tuesday.
Shout out to my boy Tito again and his brand that I had on last week, which is Friends of Sinners. Right, they had dope stuff, man. Check out my boy. Also, just everybody out there doing big things. Thank you for checking out the show. Thank you for logging in. We're gonna keep it up. More suggestions, more good stuff, man, coming your way. Keep your head in a swivel out there. Remember, everybody, right? Also, remember that I do not know it all. Wise man knows that he does not know it all, but I definitely know more than you. All right. Hey. Your boy, Caesar Leo. Thank you for logging in. Thank you for checking us out. Let's keep it up. Much love and peace. Nothing is stopping you out there. You can do whatever you want with your life. Get your goals together. All right. Accomplish your goals. It's a beautiful life out there. You can have one if you put your mind to it. Nothing is stopping you. You are not oppressed. You're actually a victorious victor that can do anything you want if you put your mind to it.
That's right. Shout out to
Leo.
Jermaine. Shout out to What's Up,
Maine? What's up, big dog?
What's up, Maine? Dore. La
Suprema out there. Check us out on La Suprema, one word. Sees Hank Doreño. We got a lot of music and dope stuff out there. Shout out to my hometown Inglewood. Shout out to everybody, man. Much love. I ain't worried about the platinum plaques. I ain't worried about going gold. It's probably never gonna happen.